Hello, Aquarius. Welcome to your October reading. Let's see what's coming up for you, what you need to know this month, what you can be prepared for, what's coming towards you. So I'll get you some oracle cards and then we'll get into your reading. So please, universe, what messages do we have for Aquarius? Oh, how beautiful. Show the world the real you. Full moon in Aquarius. There you are. So this does talk about you being prominent, possibly in a crowd of people, making yourself more known, more available to others, literally shining your individuality in the world or in whatever group you might find yourself in, because Aquarius does resonate with groups and social situations and things of that nature, the people we associate with. So you need to shine your true self in this particular group or in this particular circumstance, okay? Because you have a lot to show for here, okay? You are a unique individual in your own social standing or in your own social group, okay? So you're being called to be yourself in whatever situation you're in here. You might have specific talents or specific gifts that you can share with the world, but that does imply you actually being vulnerable enough to show up as you are, okay? Because those gifts and talents, you know, maybe you don't feel so confident about, or maybe you feel like, well, who am I to, you know, bring this out there? But you're being called to actually have confidence to bring this stuff out into the world, Aquarius. I know vulnerability is not a strong suit of Aquarians, but you know, you have to have that confidence in yourself that whatever it is you have to offer will be welcomed, not just welcomed, but needed, okay? Maybe you feel needed at this point to shine out there. Okay, so what else for Aquarius, please? Got 49. I forgot what this is called, but it's Lake over Fire. It will come to me. I don't know what it's called. So what else for Aquarius, please? I don't know if this is called change. I believe it's called change. I am learning these hexagrams, and some of them I can remember instantly, but some I don't. I think it's called change. But I will read it from the book and see what it says. I don't actually read the interpretation with this particular deck. I interpret the traditional meaning of the hexagrams. So what else for Aquarius, please? You have desire in reversed with red tulip. I do feel like you're not being quite honest about your desires here. And again, there's a sense of, when I looked at that full moon in Aquarius, there's a sense of perhaps you trying to shy away from who you are, or shy away from things that are yours specifically, or desires, or, you know, your true light, whatever that means to you. Okay, so let's see what hexagram 49 is. I'm sorry, it's called revolution, molding, changing things. Lake over fire, okay. On your own day, success, you are believed. It's calling you to persevere. There's no remorse here in whatever it is you're doing, and setting the calendar in order. Okay. Changes through molding. Interesting. Yeah, it's change. I did get it right. It's just that it's called revolution, which is a very Aquarian energy. Revolution. So this hexagram are forces trying to destroy each other, water and fire. Hence the idea of revolution. A revolution only when it's really needed and free of ulterior motive. All kinds of changes can occur in the natural state of things. The combat of light and dark, the seasons. The man must adjust himself to advance of the times. Okay. So there's some changes here, possibly in regards to who you are. You're changing your personality. You're changing the way you show up in the world. There's certain elements of this hexagram that are at odds with each other. Okay, so there could be some kind of an inner conflict that's happening here, where through this inner conflict, the changes that occur is actually benefiting you in some way. Okay, or perhaps there's some part of you that you keep hidden from the world, or something like that. There are more things coming to me as I go along, so we'll see. So what's this desire about? So this is separation, searching or loss, and finding it hard to separate from energies that are doing you no good. The end of an emotional attachment might be near. Be wary of deception, envy, dangerous actions from others or yourself. Codependency and addiction, restriction, and being trapped by desires are also energy you need to be aware of. Okay. So it could be some kind of a change here in regards to your desires, or maybe you've gone through a period of time where you were quite engrossed into what your desires are, with no real understanding of whether they are good or bad for you. And there's a change of that here. I do feel like with this molding card and show the real you, there's changing happening within you, okay, in regards to who you are as a person and how you show up in the world. And because this hexagram is also called molding, I feel like there are perhaps shadow aspects of yourself that you push to the side, and now they are useful to you in some way, because not all shadows we have are bad. There's some change happening in regards to the shadows you carry around, okay? Desires are not bad as long as they're not out of control, for example, okay? So you may have certain shadows of yourself that are useful to you, and you may need to change them in such a way that they become useful to you or useful to the world, whatever that means to you. Very interesting. I do feel like this hexagram, though, is very much an Aquarian energy. That revolutionary type of energy. I feel like you're changing very much. Now, we do have Saturn going through your sign at this point, and I'm pretty sure there's a lot going on there where you're made aware of a lot of different things. So what else do we have for Aquarius? I did say there's some kind of an inner struggle showing up here for you that you may need to leave behind, and shine bright. Have the Two of Cups, Nine of Coins. Okay. Some of you are trying to shine within a relationship, or You're trying to actually become more you, become more integrated is what I'm hearing. A lot of integration of shadows is the message that I'm getting through here very, very strongly. For many of you, this is a process that's going to happen. And it has something to do with certain desires of yours, certain things that you wanted in the past, or there was something that was at odds with your personality, with who you are. There's some revolution happening here of you shedding things or integrating things, shedding some things, integrating some things. It's a very interesting process. It's all internal is how I'm picking up on it. Okay. Now there is a love situation showing up here in your cards. You do have a specific water sign showing up very, very strongly here, Cancer specifically for some of you. It could also be a Pisces or a Scorpio, but Cancer and Pisces shows up very strongly for you, Aquarius, or you may have placements in those signs. Yeah, with this Chariot card, I do see some victory here showing up for you, and you've got the Emperor too, which is what's working in your favor. You've got this Chariot card. I do feel like you're taking charge of a situation here, and I feel like what you're trying to take charge of is something that's not working in your favor here. Because the Five of Cups and the Five of Spears are things that are not working in your favor, okay? One is literally what's not working in your favor is your challenge, and one is the past. Okay, it's showing up in the past position. So you've got fives here that are challenges to you, literally. And I feel like this is, again, very, very internally happening to you. Now, it might be triggered by other people, but I do feel like for some of you, what's happening for you this month, Aquarius, again, you're shedding things, you're integrating things. And there is a lot of disappointment and a lot of sadness that's showing up here. That is a challenge for you this month to get a grip on, basically. Okay, to take charge of that. And it's interesting because it's showing up with the King of Swords, which is you, Aquarius. It is an air sign. It is your card. I feel like the way you're trying to take charge of this, it's kind of I don't know if you're trying to suppress this sadness, okay? So there is a bit of a caution here for you to not suppress the way you feel, okay? Because I feel like you carry some sort of sadness or some sort of disappointment, or there's challenges showing up for you here that you might be hiding from other people, for example, okay? You have this High Priestess here. And the King of Swords, which is your cards, I feel like you are very much trying to keep certain parts of yourself hidden, okay? The King of Swords is someone that's very stoic and very detached and very cerebral, and, you know, you're trying to be strong, you're trying to get a grip on things, you know, you've got that Emperor over there. I feel like you're somebody that is trying to be very strong through possibly some sort of a, you know, a bit of an emotional dark place, okay? The way I'm seeing it with that Five of Cups, okay? Again, a Cancer person could be a significance to you here, where this person kind of shows up in your life, probably offering you love. You also have the Page of Cups here, again, is showing up as a water sign. Somebody is offering you love, and there's a lot of happiness associated with this, okay? I do feel like you're soaking this all up, you know, with the Sun card and the King of Cups. You're enjoying the attention, you're enjoying how this person makes you feel, okay, if this is a love situation, for example. But there's something here that you need to address, Aquarius, okay? It could be that you have an issue here with you being vulnerable towards this person and, you know, kind of showing them a side of you that perhaps you're not very proud of, or perhaps there's a side of you that is quite sad, that is quite, you know, something you don't show to the world, okay? And that's why it's showing up here to show up as you are, okay? Nobody's going to judge you, nobody's going to criticize you. But because you have this molding hexagram here, I feel like you're trying to transmute, you're trying to change this state of yours, but you're trying to do it alone without telling anybody about it. You know, it feels like you're keeping it to yourself. Okay. Now, on a more mundane level, you know, with this Chariot and the Emperor, and, you know, you've got a lot of very strong cards here, court cards and major arcanas. There's a lot of success showing up for you here as well. And I feel like the success has to do with what you do for work, what you, you know, what you are creating in this world. The Emperor is a creator. He puts things in order. You're someone that is very determined, very dedicated, very strong when it comes to dealing with the practical side of things. You are the King of Swords here again, and you are the Emperor. You've got the Chariot there. You're very determined to go in a particular direction, okay, when it comes to your life in general. And there's victory, there's success showing up here, okay? But again, the past here is casting some sort of a shadow, because the Five of Spears, this is someone that has some sort of an internal conflict, okay? I don't know what this is about. You also have Five of Cups here, so there's something, some kind of a challenge, some kind of a conflict showing up here in your life. I will clarify in a minute. But because you have the Ace of Swords with it, I do feel like, you know, what you're getting this month, Aquarius, is clarity, is discernment, okay? There's a lot of cards here that indicate you being very discerning, very clear, knowing certain details, knowing certain information that's going to help you create the life that you want, okay? And you also have love showing up here, okay? So that's a separate matter. I feel like there's two different things showing up for you here. But for some of you, you are being challenged to be vulnerable towards another person, okay? Someone that is offering you their heart and their cup and their, you know, you might be meeting this person with kind of a cold stance here with this King of Swords, because you're afraid of this person seeing that you might be in pain, for example, okay? Now, it could be that you have some sort of a disappointment here with the Five of Cups. It might not be related to love, or it could be some other type of disappointment. But you're gaining a lot of clarity this month, Aquarius, when it comes to the difficult parts of your life, okay? Something is definitely changing for you here. Definitely changing, and I feel like it's an internal process of change. So tell me a bit about this Five of Cups. Why is this here for Aquarius? What is it trying to tell us? We've got the Hermit. Again, you're keeping things to yourself here. And, you know, because it's showing up as a challenge. Oh, look, the moon turned over. So I have the moon here. This is a very emotional time for you, Aquarius. And what I'm getting very strongly is that you're quite uncomfortable with this, Aquarius. You're uncomfortable with you feeling this emotional, okay? This very strong watery energy showing up here. I don't know if this is you or someone else, but I feel like you're being called to approach difficulties or to approach your situation in a different way than what you've have before, okay? And you're being called to approach the situation in a way that you might be quite uncomfortable with, okay? The Hermit showing up again as a challenge is someone that is refusing to look at the deeper meaning of things, okay? Because it shows up in the challenge position. So, you know, you might have a hard time, you feel quite uncomfortable looking at the deeper meaning of things, okay? The moon shows up as a fear, okay? You may fear like if you give in to what you feel, you could get lost, you could fall, okay? You could fall through this moon door, and there's some fears here, okay? You have a fear of looking deeper into yourself. And you're being called to do that. And I feel like this specific person might actually be approaching you in such a way where it's not forcing you to look at things, but it's like it's challenging you to meet this person with the same vulnerability that they do. Okay, if it's a specific person. If not, again, this could be you actually trying a different approach to the situation, not to be so stoic and not to be so, you know, like I've got it all under control. I'm brave and I'm good, you know, because you show up here as somebody that's very, very brave, but hiding a very, very fragile soul within, you know, a pained heart. So, you know, yeah, there's some fears here showing up for you. Could be some kind of a paranoia here in regards to failure, okay? Because the Chariot shows up here as your main energy and immediately is followed by the Five of Cups, which is also a card of failure as a challenge. Because you have the Moon and Hermit attached to it, there's probably a fear of failure here, a fear of falling into something, or a fear of not being able to get back up once you allow yourself to feel certain things, or you allow yourself to just, you know, look at the failure. If you failed in something, it's like you brush it off and it's like, okay, I'm going to do something else now. I'm going to be all brave and stoic and everything's going to be good. You know, it's that kind of an energy for you that I'm picking up. But other than that, Aquarius, there is good things coming to you in the future. And again, there's a person here that's being very open with you, that are being honest with you, and they're sharing their emotions with you with this Page of Cups. And again, this could be you if you don't have a person, but it could be a new person that's showing up for you, because the pages are kind of new-ish energy, okay? So you are definitely gaining a lot of clarity and a lot of understanding about your situation, especially to this particular inner conflict, these things that are not serving you anymore, these fears that you may have of failure, or fears of looking at the deeper meaning of things. That's changing for you this month, okay? I don't need to clarify anything else because things are pretty clear for you. It could be that you have a specific person here that's actually helping you out with some of these issues with this Priestess card. Okay, again, a water sign shows up, but in this deck, the Priestess is a fire priestess, so it could be a fire sign for some of you. You know, this particular deck doesn't have the same meanings as the other decks, so it could be a fire sign for some of you. But because you have the King of Cups here and the Chariot, I feel like it could be a water sign more. There is someone here that may be helping you out with this, okay? You may be getting a reading from someone, or, you know, you're looking into the deeper mysteries of things. You might be trying to allow yourself to approach certain parts of yourself that, you know, were hidden from you, or you kept hidden from yourself, to, you know, to discover mysteries. And whatever it is you're discovering, you're trying to put it into practice. You know, you're trying to put it into practical use, because you are the King of Swords. And I feel like whatever it is you're discovering this month is actually going to help you out tremendously. Either this is a person that's helping you out, or you are actually going to become brave enough, because you do have this bravery showing up here. You're actually going to get brave enough to look at things, to look at deeper things, and actually extract knowledge and wisdom from it, and actually, you know, put it into practical use. You know, I'm not saying you should be all a ball of emotions in a corner somewhere and just kind of wallow in your own mess over there. It's like you go into the deeper emotions, unpleasant emotions that you feel, to extract things from there and put it to good use. You know, I'm an air sign, that's how I function. I don't spend too much time wallowing into emotions and stuff. I just go in there and I see what's going on, and I use it as a compass in my life, you know. And that's what you're being called to do, because there's a lot of wisdom in there. And if there was some past failure, or there was some past challenge, you are extracting some new meaning from it, some new clarity from it, that's going to help you out. And especially if it's in regards to relationships, that issue of vulnerability to be with another person is showing up very strongly here. And I feel like you're learning that, okay? There's a learning process with that, with the Page of Cups. The Page of Cups is someone that is innocently opening up a little bit and learning about how emotions work, learning how to respond to another person with the same openness and vulnerability, okay? So it's a very interesting thing. So yeah, I mean, there's good things showing up for you. There's a victory of some sort here. You seem like when it comes to the outer reality, you have things very much under control, but there are certain parts of yourself that need more attention, more tender care and attention for you, okay? And there's possibly new love showing up here, or perhaps a person that's already in your life that is being a stable provider of nourishment and tenderness and happiness and optimism, whomever that is for you, okay? So I wish you all the best, Aquarius. It seems like it's quite an important month for you. There's a lot of things going on, and I feel like you're going to shine, and you know, by the end of it, you're going to feel a different person, a new person. That's the way I'm seeing it, okay? So I wish you a fantastic month, Aquarius, and I'll see you soon.